on the gateway. Just hit my first bit of slow as traffic right on the other side of the Gateway Bridge. This run between Brisbane and the Gold Coast is going to be killer. And we stopped again. So while traffic is moving relatively slowly, stop start, I thought I'd take this opportunity to let you know where I'm headed. So tonight I'll be staying at Flannigans Reserve before moving on to the trailhead of Cronan Creek track in Mount Barney National Park tomorrow morning. Then on, today's Thursday, on Saturday I'll be hiking back to the car. Then I will be going to the trailhead of the Lower Portals, doing that hike, coming back to the car, and then visiting the Scenic Rim Brewery before I head back to pick the kids up and go home. So it should be a fun couple of days of adventure, hopefully lots of good video and photos. And yeah, I'm getting pretty close now, an hour away, and I'm pretty damn excited. I just hope I get to Flannigans Reserve before it's dark so I can set up my hammock. It's official, I just entered the Scenic Rim. So I just passed a sign on the side of the road that says, "The Scenic Rim welcomes you." Why, thank you, Scenic Rim. I'm going to enjoy my time here. Woo! So close! So close! Oh, there she is. God, isn't that beautiful? Wow. Oh, the pinks. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I can't wait to get amongst it. I really can't. Getting close now. So close. 10 minutes. Here we are, Flannigans Reserve. I just got to find the office so I can check in. Oh my god, look at this place. Just walking up to the kiosk to get my firewood. Now that I finally got my hammock up. Had a bit of trouble finding a decent spot, and then the spot I found, the soil was bloody rock hard. So there was a lovely lady staying in a caravan that let me borrow her mallet, and I got it up. Now to get my firewood. So I've got my sleep system all set up. Fire's raring, just waiting for some coals so I can cook my beautiful pork. And I thought it might be time for a treat, because I think I've earned it. Looks like I grilled pork tonight. Hey, what do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? No, that's my food. Cheeky little bugger. Bloody hell. Saw a possum earlier. Bandicoot tried to steal my dinner. Bloody love this place. Flannigans Reserve, if you ever get the chance to come here, there's wildlife galore. It's a really nice setup. I mean, you do have to put up with old mate and his music over there, but at least it's decent music. Yeah, old-timey stuff, but it's still good. I wonder if I'm going to end up with a possum in my hammock with me. Charcoal. Look at this guy. Don't you poop on my hammock, mister. So I woke up a little while ago, rekindled the fire, went to the ladies and whatnot. Had a very, very comfy sleep in my Alton goods hammock, and check out the sights I get to wake up to this morning. Had a few possums scurrying about, probably a bandicoot or two as well. Look at that. Good morning. So now it's time for a cuppa, and I'll make up some porridge for breakfast, and then we are heading to the Cronan Creek trailhead for a day of hiking. So I'm just going to sit here, have my cuppa, enjoy the sun coming up on the mountains behind me, finish packing down camp, and then we'll hit the road. Freaking beautiful morning. Can't get much better than this. Cheers. Alright, so I've just left Flannigans Reserve. It's a bloody ripper of a place, so I highly recommend it. Beautiful views in the morning. Wow. Sorry guys. I've just got to duck to a little local store in Rathdowney, pick up a couple of bits and pieces that I didn't think I'd want to take, but now I'm like, yeah, I do. So it's only 10 minutes out of my way anyway, so. And then we're off to the Cronan Creek trailhead. Yay! Bit of information there. And there she is. Alright, time to get the boots on and get cracking. We got more info here. Alright, better do the right thing and wash our boots off. Alright. So, that bloody uphill at the start of the track, whew, she's killer. All the goddamn hockey in the world couldn't prepare me for that climb. Ugh. And this is why I'm not climbing the summit. Bags ended up being heavier than what I wanted it to be. Mysteriously jumped back up to 16 kilos overnight. Now we're on a bit of a downhill slope. And yeah, I'm anticipating being very sore by the end of tomorrow. Well, by the end of Sunday actually. Anyway, let's see how we go. I almost walked straight past this guy. He was just lying in the grass there, having a bit of a kip. He was so still I thought he might have been dead. But then when I stopped, he's like, hello, hello, hello. What are you doing here? I interrupted his nap. So I've just stopped for a bit of a snack because I only had a small quiche for breakfast. Because I was running a bit late and I wanted to get here before it got too hot. Really wishing I had got here about an hour earlier. But what a place to stop for a break. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So I'll have my snack, have a big guzzle of water, and we'll keep going. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. Just makes you want to go pick a direction and start exploring. Beautiful. It's much cooler here now that we've entered the rainforesty type area. I'm still bloody puffed though. And I didn't realise how close I actually was to camp when I stopped for a break earlier. It was like maybe 1.5 km. I'm like, oh, I could have done that without stopping for a break. But anyway, I hydrated and had some food, and now I'm not too far from camp. Yep, there she is. Forestry bush campsite. No fires. No fires, but there's a fire pit. Go figure. And take a look at this. Right next to camp. I'm going to get this pack off, set up my hammock, and then go exploring. Don't mind me, I just got a bit hot and sweaty on the walk up here, so thought I'd dry my shirt while I set up camp. So let's watch that guy line, I don't want to trip over again. This is the setup I've done for the night. I'm not anticipating any rain, and I was really roasty toasty last night, so I'm not too worried if there's any drafts that come through or anything like that. But I've got it set up like this, so when I wake up in the morning, that's what I'm looking at. The reflections of the water underneath those rocks there. And I can hear it drizzling away. And I can sit back here and just relax. Bloody thing knocked my hat off. But yeah, I'm all set up, and I think I might have a cuppa and then I'll go explore. Bloody noisy buggers, aren't they? But hey, if it gives me a cuppa, she'll be right. Cuppa. I just want to walk this whole thing. I think that's a lily pilly. I could be wrong. Got my bush tucker book up there, I'll have a look. So after consulting the book that knows all, I'm pretty sure what I have here is either the common lily pilly, turn the page, or the creek lily pilly, because it's more purple than pink. I didn't grab any of the leaves. I should have done. I should have known better, and I should grab leaves. Not that there's much difference between the two. And they've got the same habitat. But I think it may be the creek lily pilly. Yeah, there you go. Try to get a load of this, get up. Camera, diffuser, satellite messenger, flash, first aid kit. Let's go adventuring. I definitely think I need to get one of those little flat pack, foldable bloody backpacks, because this is just crazy. Crazy. But hey, doing the job. So we're off to find the waterfall at the end of this track. I've got my GPS watch, my Garmin, navigating me on my path. I do have a topo map back there, but I shouldn't need it for this track. As they say, if you're the kind of person that gets lost on the Cronan Creek track, you're the kind of person that's probably better off staying inside. We're turning around right now because I got about 3/4 of the way there, and I realised I left my goddamn telephoto lens sitting out next to a log. So back we go to get my lens. I think I'm going to camel down some water while I'm at camp. Leave the water behind because it's not that far to where I'm going. And I'll camel down some more when I get back. Bloody Nora. Got the pesky bugger. And we're off again. Whew. Oh, it's bloody hot. So walking along, I spotted these pretty flowers. It's lantana. It's a bloody pest, but the flowers actually take very pretty macro photos. It's the wrong time of day for me to get them right now, but I'm hoping there's more interesting things to photograph than lantana. Yeah. Let's get back to it. How gorgeous is this? Beautiful. Bloody look how clear this water is. It's crystal clear. Wow. Just a wee bit of a drop there. Oh. Bloody hell. I almost went arse over tit carrying all my camera gear and ended up in the water. But we're reevaluating my choices right now. And I think over here is going to be a much better area to cross. So we're going to go this way. I feel like this is a much smarter decision. There we go. I mean, it's not very deep, but it's deeper than my shoes are waterproof, so I don't want soggy socks. Damn near gave me a heart attack. Oh, mate. I don't mind getting wet and muddy and all of that, but I'd prefer to do it when I don't have my camera gear. There's a bug on here. Oh, I picked up a friend. What are you? Oh, I don't know, but he flies. Anyway, that was a bit of fun and excitement. I don't wanna. I just came up a big hill. Whew. Oh my God, it's the gift that just keeps giving. Surely we're getting close. I mean, I know we are, but God, this last bit, way worse than the rest of it. I could tell myself on the hockey field. Suck 'em in, Karen. Keep on going. Bloody Nora. You're not going to believe this. So, in my research, it actually said that the turn off for the waterfall track is quite easy to miss. Those giant ass goddamn hills that I really didn't want to climb, I didn't have to. Because half the way, like, look at it, right there, right there. That is where I should have turned to get to the bloody waterfall. Bloody hell. Anyway, 100 metres of what looks like level to downhill terrain, and I slogged up half a goddamn mountain. Onto the goddamn waterfalls we go. Oh my God, look at all of these. Look at them all. Unfortunately, there's no itty bitty ones. But how cool. Whoops. Oh, let me adjust this for a second. How cool are these guys? I love fungi. Oh, there's a couple of little ones. They're not itty bitty. Might see if I can get a macro shot of them on the way out. Aren't they just stunning? They're just such interesting organ. Oh, look at this one. Different stages of development. I love it. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely stunning? That's gorgeous. Oh, that smell. Oh, the smell of the rainforest and the fresh water. It reminds me of Darwin. God, I miss Darwin. Oh, reminds me of the smell of Wongai Falls, Palmer Falls, Florence Falls, Bewley Rock Hole. Wasn't so bloody cold, I'd dive right into that. Look at it. Isn't it something? Anyway, after tracking unnecessary kilometres, I think I've earned myself a bit of a break. I'm gonna probably perch myself on that rock right there and enjoy the tranquility. Bloody love it. So this is why you never drink from a fresh water source, no matter how fresh it looks. I was walking up here, doing the rocks, and look what we've got here. Looks like a scrub turkey maybe, dead in the water. So I'm now very glad that I filtered my water from downstream. I'm going to try and get to a spot where I can get him out of the water. Poor bugger. So I just got our poor friend out of the water and flung him up a bit further on the rocks. Surprisingly heavy. But, took a bit of doing. I'm just going to sit back here and really soak this in for a while. This is a pretty magical place. It might make the top 10. at all the waterfalls in the territory in Litchfield Park. They're definitely the top 6 or 7. Blue Mountains are pretty close. It's pretty close. The energy there is amazing. I can't wait to go back there. Hopefully next time I go back I can actually see, because the one and only time I've been there, you could not see this far in front of your nose. It was just fog. But I was like, oh, I came alive when I was there. I was jumping out of my skin and I was so excited, and just the feeling of the place. I couldn't see anything. Could not see a thing except for white fog. I mean, as you went further down, you could see more, but still visibility was very poor. But it's just the feel of that place was amazing. Ancient. This is why I come out here. I come out, yeah, to escape the humdrum of everyday life, and I'd say get away from the city, but I live in a small country town, so get away from people. But just to reconnect with the land and just feel, you know, soak up everything that it has to offer me, recharge my batteries, and then head back to society. But we're not even thinking about that right now. We're just going to sit here and enjoy that. This thing is huge. Never seen one so big before. It's massive. So it's 3:05 in the afternoon and I'm already cold. I've gone and got my thermals on and my extra t-shirt. I think I'm going to be in for a bit of a freaking chilly night. I may be regretting my life choices by setting my tarp up like that. But we'll see how I go. So I found these guys on the ground on the path, and I was wondering what they were, and I'm pretty sure they're a Moreton Bay fig. Not sure enough to stake my life on it, but I'm pretty sure that's what they are. So I had some fellas rocking the camp at about 11:30 last night. Didn't bother me much. I rolled over and went straight back to sleep. But what a place to have my morning cuppa. So I'll be packing up camp soon, heading on back to the car, driving to the Lower Portals trailhead, and I'll be hiking that today. Sad to leave such a beautiful spot, but I'm told that the Lower Portals is even more beautiful. So, had my morning cuppa, skipped on breakfast this morning, wasn't really hungry, got plenty of snacks in my pocket, so she'll be apples. Bit of smoke coming on through, must be doing a backburn somewhere. They did say on the park's website that they were doing backburning through here up until August. It's not too close though, so nothing to worry about. What a glorious day. So a fella just stopped me on the track to ask me about my trip and where I camped and all that sort of thing. He's heading on to Rum Jungle's campsite. And yeah, it's really good. I asked him about the Lower Portals. He did that yesterday. He reckons it's really nice. And then he asked me if I've ever been to Girraween, and I'm like, no, I haven't, but I am planning on taking my kids there for Christmas. So we had a nice little chat about that. But it's not yet heating up, but with this heavy pack on, it's pretty sweaty. I'm probably going to smell real bad by the end of this trip. Anyway, on to lower portals we go. We've hit a bit of a bump in the track. Following the nav man to the lower portals, and the road's looking a wee bit dicey for my car. All the research I did said that it is accessible from a two-wheel drive, but given my luck with going on poorly marked roads and totaling cars, I think I'm going to turn around and I might just duck up to the vineyard down the road and see if there's an alternate route that I can take to get in there. We may end up not making it to camp today, which is a bugger, but better safe than sorry. Well, I found it. Took a wrong turn in the old car. Missed all the signs that said, don't listen to the GPS. But I'm here, and away we go. Why do all of these tracks start with stairs? Check this out, would you? Talk about stepping back in time. Feels like there should be dinosaurs in here. Really, really useful plant, that. Currently my brain is deprived of oxygen. So, remind me when we get to camp. Oh, I'm going down this way, I'm not taking on those giant steps. To tell you a bit about them. Whew. So I was told there is a bit of corrosion along this track by the guy I stopped for a chat with on my way out from forestry camp this morning. So he reckons it's a much easier walk than the Cronan Creek. Lots of ups and downs, but nothing too major. So I've just stopped for a bit of a break. A lot of hills. Can't even tell I lightened my pack really. There's a little bit of shade here. So I thought I'd stop, guzzle down some water, catch my breath. Excuse me. Oh, there is no breeze. God, what I wouldn't give for a breeze right now. Whew. Anyway, I'm going to rest for a minute and then keep going. I can sweat. Whoo-wee. Lots of uphills. Lots of them. So far, a lot of the track's been like that. I love that I'm going downhill, but all I'm thinking about is, God, this is going to hurt tomorrow. Oh, another drinks break, and then we'll push on. To say it's hot today is an understatement. I'm really wishing I had have left my other camp at 4 o'clock in the morning like I was gonna. But I didn't want to wake up the other people in the campsite, so I'm going to be leaving early tomorrow morning, that's for sure, because this heat. Whew. Oh boy. Look at this. Obviously I'm going to rock hop. I don't know if you guys can see them, but there's lots of little fish and water skippers. Alright, I should probably actually stop for a minute and filter some water, because I've been guzzling it down on the way here. Beautiful. And finally, here we are, home for the next 24 hours or so. Alright, let's have a look at this. Will I be able to get up here without banging my camera around too much? Maybe. Let's do it. It was a bit of fun. Had to sit my camera there for part of it, but good fun. Oh wow. This is well worth all the cramps in my thighs, all the aching muscles. Would you look at this? Absolutely stunning. Fella over there going for a swim. There he is. Just jumped in. Bloody look at this. He's got to be keen. That water's got to be freezing. Look at that. Beautiful. That looks like spiny-headed matrush. It's all along the river here. It's another bush supermarket. The inner stalks, if you go to the middle and pull them out, the ends, the white ends, are edible. When it dies off, it's good for tinder. And the seeds, you can actually grind them down, bake them, and then grind them down and make a flour. Cook yourself up a damper. It may not be spiny-headed matrush. It's hard to tell because it's not in flower. But it's one of the, it's in the family. Ooh, bloody fret. Oh, I got a cramp in the top of my foot. Oh, put that in there for a bit longer. I really want to go over onto those rocks over there, but I'm too chicken with the cold water. Next time I come here, I want to make it summer. The walk will be brutal, but I reckon to take a dip in this would be well worth it at the end. But unfortunately, I'm a major sook when it comes to cold water, and this is like ice. Freezing. So I'm not going to go in today. But I reckon if I come in summer, after sweating my guts out all the way up here, I reckon I may just not care that the water's so cold. Look at that. I really wish the camera would do it justice, but it just doesn't. Just doesn't. Crystal clear water. Old mate reckons there was a pretty big fish over where he was perched up. Absolutely stunning. So cold. So I've just come back from the waterfall. I was really hoping to spend a bit of extra time there, but a bunch of people came and I was just like, they were being noisy and rowdy, so I'm like, time to go. I'll go back again later, hopefully when they're all gone. Surprised to see there's no one else set up at camp yet, because the place was fully booked when I booked my spot. Had a bit of a mishap. The old diffuser for the camera went in the drink. Luckily I got it when it stopped between two rocks. Otherwise it would be downstream by now. Anyway, might have a cuppa. Somebody's been bushcrafting out here. Made themselves a mallet. Oh, I hadn't noticed that earlier. I would have used that to put my tent spikes in. I didn't bring my bushcraft knife with me on this particular leg of my trip. Decided to leave it in the car. It'll come in handy though. So when I booked this place, there was only one spot left, so it was pretty much fully booked. But it's 1:30 and I'm still the only one here. So I'm just going to enjoy the peace while I can, I guess. Hopefully whoever shows up tonight's friendly and not too noisy. I definitely feel a blister coming up on my big toe, so I'm going to have to sort that out before I head back tomorrow. This campsite isn't as pretty as the Cronan Creek campsite, but the waterfall, so nice. So nice. I also decided to leave my telephoto lens at home, well, in the car, and I brought my macro lens. Turns out I should have done it the other way around because there's so many birds and I can't quite get them with my phone. Had a couple of hikers come up this way and I'm like, they didn't have packs or anything, so I'm like, you look for the waterfall? Yeah mate. Just as you cross the river there's a giant big slab of rock. Turn left, not right. So I've really pushed myself today. Some of those uphill climbs were brutal. Oh, absolutely brutal. And this is definitely not a track I'll be bringing my kids on. Though there was a family at the waterfall that had, their little boy must have been 4, and he made it all the way to the waterfall. I'm like, what a little champion. Apparently they had to stop 20 or so times. I'm like, honestly, I don't blame you. I stopped 5 or 6 times on the way up myself. And I don't have little legs. Well, I do have little legs, but not that little. It'd be really nice if I could have a fire. But nope, it's against the rules. Didn't really account for the downtime. I mean, I kind of did. I figured I'd go off exploring, doing macro photography, but it's a lot hotter and a lot drier here than what it was at forestry camp and along that whole track in general, actually. So, you know, like there was a lot of areas there that held moisture throughout the day. Like there was a track of the, a section of the track there where there was still dew on the grass at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like it doesn't get very much sun, so it's very moist. Perfect area for macro. I found a couple of things to photograph, not too many. Mostly fungi, flowers, weeds, no bugs. So tired. Probably lie down for a kip and then go back to the waterfall when I wake up. So I just had a bit of an ego boost. One of the lads that came up to camp looking for the waterfall, and I gave him directions. I just passed him again on the way out. And he goes, "You're not wrong. It's bloody beautiful. I'm so jealous of your job." He thought I was a ranger. One day, mate. One day. We're going around this time instead of through the little climby rock cave bit. Let's go. Just looking over at these rocks. Look at them. Hey, Barney. I finally got this place to myself. I'll tell you what, the way the light is hitting those rocks there is absolutely beautiful. Nature is bloody amazing. Like, millions of years it would have taken for the wind and rain and the flow of this river to erode these rocks like this. It's absolutely phenomenal. Such a beautiful place. I'll definitely be coming back here. Well, I've come down and filled up my Pathfinder with filtered water. Decided to fill this up as well. Won't hurt to have a little bit extra that I can filter out from my cuppa in the morning. When I cross the river again on the way out, I'll probably filter a bit more. I didn't drink the whole lot of my water on the way in here, but that was because I wasn't entirely sure how much water I had left and I was trying to preserve it. But this time I reckon I'm going to fully load everything up, have this filled and ready to go, have my drink bottle filled, have my hydration bladder filled, because it was bloody hot on the way up here. Thinking about leaving super early in the morning as well. The only problem is visibility. There's a couple of those sections that are pretty dicey. Not so much during daylight, but they would be at night. I just wish that bloody water wasn't so cold. I really want to go, like, I really want to go to where that waterfall is. But when I tell you that water is ice, I mean that water is ice. And I'd be the unlucky son of a bitch that goes in there, gets hypothermia and drowns. I'll head back up to camp soon and cook up some dinner. Before I do that, I'm just going to sit here and just really soak this in, because who knows when I'll be able to do something like this again. So I'm done for the night. Got all my layers on underneath here. Chuck a jacket on soon. And it's off for an early night tonight, I think. Let my body recover a little bit before I hit the trail again tomorrow. And head home. Not too sure how well you guys will see this, but there's another little bandicoot scurrying about. He's a bit afraid of the light, so I haven't been turning the light on. But I think I might put my boots up, because he seems awfully interested in my boots. I would hate for him to scurry off with one of them and maybe trying to climb down this bloody track tomorrow with one or no shoes. That'd be a bit killer, I think. It's my last morning here. Started packing up camp already. Excited to go. But can't stay away from the kids forever, and I've got responsibilities and TAFE, so really enjoyed this trip here. I really have. Anyway, I want to hit the trail before it gets too hot. So I reckon 10 more minutes, camp will be finished. And down we go. I am not looking forward to this. My knees are going to hate me. Had a cheeky bandicoot try to run off with my shoes last night. I think he was interested in the shoelaces. Anyway, I just roused on him every time I heard him. I'm like, what do you think you're doing? Get out of it. Anyway, after I make it back to the car, we are going to go and visit the Scenic Rim Brewery. I'm really excited to go to this place, so have myself well-earned beverage. Anyway, I'm going uphill again, so I'm going to put this down. I'll catch us on the other side. Good morning, sun. Nice of you to join us, mate. Not often I'm up before you are, but I am today. The track down feels like it's going so much faster than the track up. But I'm still sweating my guts out. Alright. My knees are going to be super angry with me tomorrow. I mean, they're angry with me now. Whew. My strapping tape came off on the first day. I did have more in the car, but the way it just rubbed up against my leg and came off straight away, I'm just like, nah, it's not going to do squat. is the best part of the day. When all the birds wake up and share their song with the world. To the car, got to brush my hair for the first time in 4 days. Surprisingly, it wasn't that naughty. Chowing down on some salami. Just waiting for the shadow to drop a little bit on that sign over there so I can go take a photo. I made really good time this morning, so I'll get this photo from over there and then we'll head to Scenic Rim Brewery. Have me some well-deserved bevos and try Food of the Gods, the world's greatest sausage roll, I do believe is what it's called. Don't even like sausage rolls, but I have to try it because it's got such a cool name. Duh. So I got myself a souvenir. Fuck you. Because every family has a dark horse. Loving it. So we're going to rip into Food of the Gods soon. Test out some of their beers. It's a cracker of a place. Highly recommend you guys come and visit. It's the Scenic Rim Brewery. Good tucker. Alright, so we're trying the Jed, the ginger extra dry. It's quite nice. It's not as gingery as I expected, but it's quite nice. A little bit of sweetness to it too. Alright, what do we got? So that's the Jed. I'm going to try Digger is next. So Jed says, whether it's Ranger, Bloodnut, Bluey or simply just Red, the endless nicknames have made you lot a resilient bunch. You're larrikins to boot and you should wear your dry sense of humour as a badge of honour. So that's the Jed. Quite like that. Alright, Digger's next. Alright, Digger's is a pale ale. Digger's Pale Ale is brewed with a unique blend of hops and a fruity yeast to give it a spicy yet nostalgic flavour. Just like Digger, this beer has the taste and character of a bygone era. Alright. Ooh. That's different. Malty, fruity, biscuit and yeasty. I can definitely taste the yeast. The Jed's really nice actually. Alright, Giddy Gout. This one's going to be interesting. Is it roasted malt? Is it chocolate? Is it smooth or is it sweet? Yes, it's all of this and more. Just like a chocolate milkshake, only better. Righto. It's very coffee-y. That was a bit much for me. Going back to Digger. I'm not too keen on the Giddy Gout. Digger's nice. Jed's nice. Jed's definitely my favourite so far. Finish these off, have a feed, and I'll let you know how the others go. Look at this. Food of the gods, the ultimate Chico roll. That's nice. Oh, food of the gods indeed. I said I don't like Chico rolls, but I make an exception for this one. This is phenomenal. I think this giddy gout would go well with certain foods. Giddy gout with his shirt hanging out.
How many breweries in Bundaberg now?
Oh, I think there's at least 4 that I know of. There's the Bundy Rum, then there's oh god, I can see it. I can't think of what it's called though. There's one mob that does really nice moonshine, but they do it all like different flavours and stuff like that. So Waterfront or Waterview?
Waterfront rings a bell.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Like, we have a hockey fundraiser like once a year. It's our major fundraiser for the club. And there was one year there, I went away with like 6 bottles of all these different brews, because that's what came up in the raffle. And I tell you what, I was drunk for the next 6 months, just because they're just so nice. It's like, oh yeah, we'll have some of this, we'll have some of that.
Yeah, thank you, Belly and Blue.
Thank you. All right, up to the Far Q. Far Q is a dark horse, and this beer, his legacy is dark in colour but sweet in nature. It'll sharpen your senses, raise your hopes, and get your heart galloping. Sounds good. Flavour profile: dark, sweet, coffee, medicinal. I love a good medicinal. Let's see how she goes. It's a bit similar to the Giddy Gout. It's like the first taste you get is quite sweet, and then the coffee sort of bitterness comes in after that. So far, Jed and Digger are my favourites. I only got a couple to try because I do have to drive. Alright, so the Bowie and Blue is probably the one I've been most interested to taste. Spiced pumpkin ale. Delicately crafted with locally grown Bow Desert Blue pumpkins and a hint of spice, the subtle pumpkin flavour is rounded out with nutmeg, vanilla and cinnamon notes. Flavour profile: malty, nutmeg, vanilla mouthfeel. Let's see how we go.
You might want to get your keys.
Ooh, that's very different. Oh, I like it. So the ones I didn't try were Shazza, the Fat Man, and Ripperita. So when I picked my shirt, they're all big sizes because that's what they have. That's alright. I'm going to use it as a bed shirt anyway. But the other option was Digger, which I did like. I was tossing up whether to get that or not, or Fat Man. Now I'm a blues supporter, so there's no way I was going home with the Fat Man. But the description for the Fat Man brew, right? Our milder variety of hops will leave behind a slight bitter taste, but we promise it'll be nothing like what a New South Welshman experiences after frequent losses. You can't lose with the Fat Man. Attacked.
Enjoy your day.
I will, thank you. Have a good one. How's that? I mean, I am in a Queensland town, so kind of expect it. But, daggers to my definitely like it dead. Bowie and Blue's very different. I think I'm going to order 6-pack of Bohemian Blue when I get home. Belgian Abbey Ale and the Milk Stout. Other two I'm not too keen on, which is Giddy Out and Fuck You. But the others. So that was a damn good feed. And I'm going to be honest, I feel a little bit tipsy. So I'm probably just going to sit and chill for half hour before I decide to get in the car and drive home. Because I do not think that would be a wise decision right now. But yeah, had a good chat with the publican and his wife. And one of their staff members is actually a photographer. So we got chatting about photography and macro and lenses and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just going to sit back and chill for a bit before I start the long slog home. I don't want to go. Unfortunately, it's crash bang straight back into reality,